right, good morning. Special good morning to you out there and to every of our listener. Good morning. And to everyone in the studio, Kafo.
Good morning.
And Philip. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
This news of kidnaps never ever stop. They just keep coming in. Sometimes you think it's fake news, but most of them are actually very real. And it just saddens our heart how it happens, and it becomes as if the people are helpless. Another one again in Kwara State. It actually breaks my heart for us to see that this is happening again. Philip.
Yes, you know, when we heard yesterday that the 38 worshipper at Christ Apostolic Church, Iruku in Kwara State, have been released, we raised numbers of questions that we're begging for answers. We asked questions such as, how were these people released? What happened to the abducted? Were they neutralized? Were they arrested? Is the threat being handled? And what is the state of the adoptee? The government just gave us a news that, oh, the people have been released. And then we went further to say that this kind of situation, if we're not told what happened to the criminals who adopted the worshipper, whether they pay ransom or whatever, we ask all these questions. If this ransom they paid, this thing is likely to repeat itself. Nobody briefed us, nobody told us whatever happened. And here we are, just yesterday evening, 6 p.m. This Isapa that the fresh adoption took place is the same local government of Ekiti, local government in the same Kwara State. And we're told that it is not a far distance from Iruku, which means, and we were also told by one of the adoptees that was released that the bandit told them from the word go that they shouldn't think of escape, that the place is fortified by them, and that he confirmed that these guys know in and out of Kwara State and the neighboring, state. So there's no way to, to think of escaping from their camp. And this is what I played that this is exactly what we said. When you just told us they'll be released without telling us how you secure their release, because you are a state actor, you are the government of Nigeria, or you are the governor of Kwara State. You secure the release of. Is that an achievement? Have you arrested the criminal that kidnapped these people, or did you neutralize them? Where is the picture where you neutralize them, or do you pay ransom to them? If you pay ransom to them, that means you encourage them to do more. And we are yet to get any feedback from the governor, and we are now being confronted with a first adoption from the same Kwara State. Where do we go from here in this country?
Okay, it's quite saddening, all the things that are happening. Nigeria remain one as a nation. Every part of Nigeria affected by any particular evil touches every other part. Nobody is exonerated from this thing. Another kidnap again in Kwara, same local government, same place, and the government keeps mum over it.
Well, geographically, we are supposed to be one, but bandits are controlling 20 local government and even more in Katsina State already. But let's come to Iruku and Isapa. A few days ago, this terrorist struck at Iruku in a church and made away with some people,
killing three people.
These are not people that went to even farm again. Yeah. These are not people that went to the forest. Just yesterday's night at Isapa, a stone throw, a community not too far away from the Ruku, where they just secured the release of those abducted. These same people came into the town, shooting into the walls, shooting everywhere. We need to find out if Isapa has a police station. We need to find out, the kind of architecture that is there, because this is not being kidnapped on the highway anymore. This is coming into the town to kidnap people in the streets. It's gonna get worse. So when we saw a terrorist making speaking I think Hausa language, or saying that they want to be kidnapping governors and they want to kidnap they'll kidnap the president, we will think it's a joke. It's not a joke. The person that tweeted the other time that there should be coup in Nigeria, I was so sure the DSS went after him in Port Harcourt. I am waiting for DSS to go get this idiot that says that he will kidnap our own president. The day they do that, let them show it to us, the way we got to know that they went to Port Harcourt to kidnap the guy that tweeted that there's going to be a coup. So this is what we are talking about. Nigeria having the same law for everybody. These people came into town kidnapping children. Imagine the trauma. 10 children already, pregnant women, single nursing mothers. How will they breastfeed? And several others, they've killed 3 already just to put fear into them. Ransacking from one street to the other.
Let me give you this scenario.
These things are happening unchallenged.
Let me give you a
Tomorrow night you tell us 10 people or 15 people, 500 people, their release has been secured. What happened to the threat? Do you allow them to continue? I heard Gumi say that these people are doing business. This is not business. This is terror. They are committed murder. They are committed stealing. They are committed terror.
Adoption.
This is not business.
Let me give you a scenario.
This is terror. Because when we talk about this country, we don't have another country. We have to save this country.
Hold on. I know you are passionate about this thing, and the anger to which these things are happening incessantly
is so bad.
It's very bad. Now let's look at this scenario in a dramatic form. These people comes with their cows into the town, and behind the cows lies these people. That means the people that owns the cow are also complicit with these people. Now the chief of Eruku has said that these bandits and the headers have mixed together. How do you solve this problem when we have not still created ranches for them to feed their cows?
Who created the house where you are living today?
I am.
You did. Who created this studio for you? So that's it. See, let's get it. Farmers have collected fertilizers from Ministry of Agriculture before.
Yes.
They put themselves in terms of cooperative.
Yes.
Who have Mieti Allah, who used to be almost second in authority when Buhari was in power.
Yes.
If you people have a case you want to channel to Ministry of Agriculture, you put yourself in cooperative. There's no ministry in Nigeria that has solved all our problems. They have not all solved our problems. We still talk about Ogoni, the degradation in Ogoni. Tomorrow is not all solved. You go to Niger Delta where the fishes has been rendered. They can't even. The ecosystem has been distorted. There is nobody in Nigeria or anywhere in the world that governments have solved all their problems. That person does not exist. Nothing gives you right to become a terror, and these are terrorists at the long run, playing their allegiance, giving their allegiance to foreign known terrorist organizations like ISIS. Let me tell you, you hide your armament within the convoy of the cow and use it to penetrate the town, and tomorrow this same thing will happen. Why do you see that at the checkpoint? If you go to a military checkpoint, you see them stop all these trailers. They search them. Do you know why? Because those things has been used to move arms before. If it has come to the knowledge of the security agents and they are sincere, mind you, Nigeria is struggling with their identity, whether they are complicit in what is going on or not. This is time to show they are working to the world. They have to first show they are working to Nigerian citizens whom have actually lost hope long time ago.
In addition, before you ask a question, we were told, or were made to understand, that a Nigerian delegation went to the US to find a way of collaborating with the US government to forestall the insecurity in Nigeria. And the US gave two conditions. One, to release Sunday Jackson, whom on self-defense killed his assassin, which is in his own farm, and is being jailed by the Nigerian government.
Not jailed, sentenced to death,
waiting to be executed. And the second condition, which is what I'm going to dwell on, is that the Nigerian government should take steps to disarm the militant Fulani. What has happened at Isapa is exactly what the US government has asked the Nigerian government to handle, which they have not taken any steps to handle. How can you go on the covering of rearing cow and grazing to attack a community and kidnap nursing mother and children and pregnant women? Are you an animal that you don't have sense of reasoning, that you took children and pregnant women,
nursing mother,
and then the government they are just quiet? It shows clearly that the Nigerian government are not ready at all. If they are ready, the first thing to do, because like we've always said, do we have two laws in Nigeria? The Nigerian law do not allow anybody to possess arms without licensing. How come the Fulani militant goes about with arms and ammunition without license, and the Nigerian government fold their hands and watch them commit havoc of other Nigerian citizens.
Okay, well, I'm going to read something to you, then you make do of what it is. He says Sheikh Gumi has been a strong advocate for negotiating with armed terrorists. He says his argument is simple. He said they are victims of persistent neglect by the Nigerian government. Now, this is it. He said this sounds logical until we ask deeper question, which Nigeria is not a victim of Nigerian state system?
Who is not a victim?
He said systemic neglect in varieties of ways. Why would every
let me tell you, dangerous? Hold on. These children that were kidnapped in Kebbi,
yes,
those 24 girls kidnapped in Kebbi, those children kidnapped in Niger State, they are already victim of this Nigerian government.
Of the system.
They will take up arm tomorrow and kidnap Gumi and shoot the gun into Gumi's skull. Like they are shooting these people. He thinks his life is worth more than these 3 people killed already yesterday night at Isapa. Those already victim for nothing. They were in school. They already victim being kidnapped into the forest. The school, the girls were, what's Gumi talking about? We have been trying so long, he's an elderly man to not abuse him. But the man keeps saying the kind of things. He doesn't know the sensibilities of people that lost their loved ones from these nonsensical actions of this Fulani militia. If they are not even ashamed that this Fulani militia is giving Fulani tribes a bad name, I'm actually worried the kind of mentalities they have. Because let me tell you, I was listening to Ebuba the other time. He said, what is happening in Benue? Fulani. What is happening in Zafara? Fulani. What's happening in Fulani? He said, are you not ashamed? And meanwhile, these are fraction of criminals which does not represent the entire Fulani race
at all.
Then the elder ones, enlightened ones who should be speaking down on them is not trying to converse to Nigerians how to lose your loved ones and negotiate with the idiot. No sir, no sir, no sir. We will not do that. Terror is terror. And when the terror has risen to the point where it has gotten international attention, your sovereignty becomes nonsensical and is no longer valid because the terror you breed is capable of causing problem in other countries. Because the terror they don't know. They be talking about sovereignty. You lose sovereignty. The sovereignty lost a breeding ground. The sovereignty lost. Even within the bandits taking over local governments in Katsina and many places, you've lost sovereignty already. They don't really know what is before them.
Okay, I'm going to read a little more. He said, why wouldn't every neglected citizen carry dangerous weapon and begin to cause unchecked mayhem? If the Nigerian state is unchecked, is the culprit, why are these terrorists meting out their anger on the fellow neglected citizens who are already pushed to the brink of extermination? What is the crime of innocent school children who are seeking knowledge and obeying their parents? What is the crime of farmers who are trying to grow food for the nation? And what are the crime of the family? What is the crime of the law enforcement who are trying to keep peace and terrorist integrity at their Nigerian state? And I say, I am trying rational. What Gumi is actively doing here, I am confused. This guy is Usman Isiako, is a man that is speaking also from the north. This one thing we've always said, thank God some voices are rising up. There are a lot of them that are silent majority. This silent majority, what do we do with them?
You see, I will take it from what the man said. He said, what has the man who laid down his life to secure peace in Nigeria done that you went and killed him? And I think this particular statement is making reference to the late Brigadier General.
Yes.
Who had, taken upon himself to protect the lives and property of Nigeria. At that, he lost his life and his family became, the children became orphans and his wife became a widow. And the family lost, and he lost her son. What crime has he committed other than to say that it is proper for us to live for peace? But Gumi is here telling us that those lives does not matter. The only life that matters are the lives of, the Fulanis. We kept talking about Gumi. People have forgotten a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Patani, who said the bandits, our Islamic brother, so they should not be killed. Can you imagine? So when we have this kind of people in government as people who take, who execute our law, who implement our law, what do you expect? That is why we continue to say that, do we have two laws in this country? It appears that when you say Ishaku is speaking, Ishaku must be a Christian.
He's a Muslim.
In the north, you can't say because they bear their names. Like
no, I know this one is a Muslim.
So now the laws in this country. So whether you believe it or not, there's a genocide against Christians. Who are the Fulani militant? They are Muslim. Who were the 38 people adopted? They were Christian. The 262 people who ran into a mosque and were saved, and the late president honored the imam, they were Christian. These churches that are being burned down, they are owned by Christian place of worship. Tell me how many mosques have been burnt down since the advent of this insecurity. So you see that there's real genocide. Whether the government accepts it or not, there's genocide. And to worsen matter, government is complicit, is involved, kind of. Because the way they behave towards this militant shows that government hand in whatever they are doing. It's also being rumored that this country, they are trying as much as possible to Islamize Nigeria. And this is the evidence. They can't deny it.
All right, okay, but there are a lot of other arguments that a lot of people put up.
Yeah.
In Katsina, say the 20 local government are not Christian local government. In Kebbi State, the 24 kids that are adopted, they are Muslim.
Okay, let me tell you the four fronts of this crime that is going on. People are being putting on. One is Boko Haram. It was very, very clear. These are the people that clearly spread it out that they want everybody to become Muslim of their own kind. Even they see some other Muslim as even inferior. So those ones are very clear. They want to Islamize Nigeria. I don't know how they want to Islamize a country that has over 100 million Christians already. Nigeria is the fourth largest country that has a Christian population. First is United States of America, second is Brazil, third is Mexico, fourth is Nigeria globally. So globally, Nigerian Christians are well respected because they have the population. You cannot Islamize Nigeria without their Christian brothers coming for them. The most lethal weapon on earth today is in the hand of Christians. As at today, by technology, by anything, the most lethal weapon is in the hand of both Christian nations, Christian brothers. Forget that they are not using it. So when Christians unite, you can't. Boko Haram is nothing. So that aside, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Second one is people having territorial place to do mining, and Chinese will come, give them ammunition, secure certain areas in the north predominantly, and they'll be doing mining, kill the villagers, kill everybody around. Those ones are territorial. Their interest is mining. They are working together with Chinese. That is why Chinese raised their voice against America. And when Trump talked about coming to deal with the terrorists we're harboring here, Chinese is not our ally. The way for them to be our ally is to give us gun for us to kill one another. But the way Americans wants to be our ally is to come and kill those killing us. So the decision is yours to make if you fail to deal with insecurity yourself. The fourth one are these bandits working together with some headers, not all headers. Some headers are also victims of their banditry in Castle Rossin and all that, but they just happen to have infiltrated them so much. So these are the ones going on. Like we usually say, it's possible sometime last 10 years, a place in Kwali, a place in Gwagwalada used to be a forest where you come and graze. But by the time you come today, Wike has designated a place, that same place, for hospital. You cannot come and graze on top of the hospital. You cannot come and start killing everybody in the hospital because you used to graze past through that place 10 years ago or 15 years ago. It was just forest. It doesn't mean that there's nobody that owns the place, or there's a place that government does not own or people do not own. So that is what civilization is doing. There is development going on. So you cannot, those doing that. Another front of it are those who want to exterminate Christian communities. These ones that came to Isapa today to start shooting people, are they grazing inside the community?
No.
They kidnap people. Are they grazing with the people they kidnap?
No.
So these are people trying to kill Christian populations as much as possible. They are very, very clear with what they are doing, saying that the government neglected you. What is government? Government generate and spend. What did you contribute? What did you put into the government? Is there anybody, did the government fabricate money elsewhere? So what is the government? Is there any Nigerian that the government is not owing? Is there any Nigerian that government has treated over fairly? Who are the last two? Yar'Adua is a Fulani man. He was our president. Buhari is a Fulani man. He was our president. Are you not from Edo State? Is your tribe man? Has your tribe man ever been our president?
No.
So who has Nigeria treated better? So this nonsensical of being neglected. So because three of us are neglected, we pick our gun and get into the bank and start shooting people. You go into a community and start shooting people. That argument is baseless, nonsensical, and have no value. So we should treat these people as terrorists that they have. And let me tell you, it's not even difficult. Like I said earlier, Nigerians organs of security are struggling by all means with this complicity theory. How do you claim that government is not complicit? You rescue abductees. You do not go to destroy the terror. Just a distance from between Eruku and Esaba. Another one is happening in a few days. Now tomorrow, because nursing mothers are involved, pregnant women and children, they will go maybe negotiate or do whatever, get them out. You still leave the criminals unattended. You still leave the threat undecimated. How else can you explain government complicity?
Philip, we'll be hearing of the president. We don't know how far
I want before you go. But I also gave you an example.
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted in Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
We saw it about the coup. DSS few days went to catch him. We have a video of somebody saying that he will kidnap our governor and he will kidnap our president. We are waiting for DSS to pick that guy.
That's if they know where he is.
Why would they know where he is?
They will know where he is.
The man was.
They know where he is. He's using phone. They know where he is.
An idle phone. Why can't they track that phone?
They will know where he is. You can't threaten to kidnap our president and you be in Nigerian soil.
It's no longer.
And you be in Nigerian soil.
It's not a threat anymore. They said this is a shite play. They said it that they are going to kidnap government, and they have started. You know, if they immediately they release it, they not kidnap in the
Okay, Okafor, Philip, let me tell you something. Okafor agreed that it shows from what is ongoing that our military is not capable of dealing with this stuff. Now, we know that during Jonathan's time, there was a mercenary company that was involved, and at the point when they wanted to finish up the Boko Haram, they are stopped. Maybe the complacency is talking about. But now, I think a suggestion like that is coming up again. Now, the president is saying, no, I don't want mercenary. But you are incapacitated. You can't do as much as you want to do. What should we do?
You see, it's a very sad statement. You know, when you ask me, who will I ask? The man who could not help himself. The man is needing help. Help has been offered.
And the man is rejecting
and the man
help.
saying, I don't want help. So, if you don't want help, and you don't need help, that's why the PDP and Atiku told him that if you know you can't do this job, and you resign. Maybe somebody who will ask for help so that we can be free will come in. But we know that in Africa, the people in government do not resign. But it's very pathetic that the president saying that we do not need help when we are helpless. From between Tuesday last week to yesterday Monday,
a lot of kidnapping.
Two kidnapping in one local government in Kwara State.
All right, a lot of news coming in, especially concerning this insecurity that we are battling with. We will bring you, don't go away. We are bringing you a lot of this news and the analysis and the way we see it. But we think Nigeria needs help.